Thanks for choosing to start the day with us. Family Life Mornings.
So how far do you drive to work? You know, some people it's like 15 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour. I mean, it's not unheard of for people to drive an hour to work. Now, how far did you drive to church yesterday? Get this. Most people, I mean, overwhelmingly most, will not go any more than 15 minutes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And it's like, okay, I mean, part of it I can see, like, you want a church that's part of your community, and
Sure,
that's a
right.
good thing. But, you know, what if the church you want to go to is like 30 minutes away? Would you be willing to make that sacrifice every Sunday morning? Some people, if it's not within 15 minutes, it's like, oh, well, and I just won't go. But it's like, if you're willing to drive that far to work, you know, a good long drive to church is a good thing. Gives you lots of time to pray for your pastor while you're driving.
A little serious, a little silly. A perfect balance to start your day. Family Life Mornings.
A lot of people like to watch Christmas movies before the month of December. We know this because different networks keep showing these movies, Christmas movies, even before the month of November. Some of them have started. And before you start criticizing these people and rolling your eyes at them, maybe you should join them in watching even before November. Turns out that watching Christmas movies year-round is really good for your health. In fact, it makes you happier, you feel better, and you will live longer. So I'm thinking, okay, we're going to have to rewrite the 12 days of Christmas, you know, and I can see it now. On the 365th day of Christmas.
My true love gave to me.
The remote!
Starting your day with a smile and a dose of encouragement, too. Family Life Mornings.
Psychologists are saying this is the whole thing about when do you put up Christmas decorations, right?
Oh, yeah.
You know, is it too early at whatever date? And again, I mean, there's not a right or wrong answer to this. It's whatever you prefer in your family, I suppose. But the psychologists say for many people, putting up Christmas decorations early is a very positive thing because along the same lines, it evokes strong feelings of childhood and has them reconnect with their childhoods, which for many people can be a good thing. However, reconnecting with your childhood, even though it could be a good thing, may not be the best thing. I mean, sometimes I feel like going, nah, 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 and I know you are, but, you know, what am I? Is reconnecting with my childhood.
Yeah. But
that's probably not a great thing to do. So
I think they're talking about the good memories of childhood, Steve.
Nah, 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 nah.
Thanks for making us a part of your day. We're a friend you can turn to. Family Life.
You ever have a problem and you're like, okay, here's a simple solution.
Right.
And it's this invention. This Mexican college student came up with this idea. And we all have problems with different kinds of weather on our roads. And we know in our area that, you know, after the snow, there's going to be potholes and everything.
Yes.
Now, then in Mexico, they don't have the snow problem, but they have the rainwater problem where roads get torn away. So this guy has come up with a solution. The formula has not been approved yet. But what he does is he melts recycled tires into a putty combined with a number of other additives, and it spurs the road mixture to form calcium silicates that repairs itself. So, I was just working on that.
You can hardly even say all the words, and you were working on that.
Yeah, so this formula that fixed the roads. How are people this smart?
Well, you know what? You call this guy now.
What?
He's a Rhodes Scholar.
See, that's the difference between this guy and us. This guy invents stuff that fixes roads. We just make jokes about him. You know, we're not a road scholar. The three of us are like dirt path scholars.
Three of us?
Yes, the three of us. I think we can be all included in that.
They're here to infuse your morning with a positive outlook and a little caffeinated fun. It's Steve, Therese, and Randy on Family Life, a friend you can turn to.
Ty is a high school football star. He just loves football, not only because he loves the game, but it kind of gives him a distraction from stuff that's going on at home. You see, his mom has cancer, and his team's been unbelievable. Coaches, teammates, all super supportive. But they had a game a few weeks ago where Ty got some support from, an unexpected place. A player on the other team came out on the field, met with Ty, both down on one knee to pray for his mom. And it was just a sweet, sweet gesture. Just kind of shows that love doesn't see teams, does it?
Family Life Mornings, a place where everybody knows your name. Who are we kidding? It's so early we don't even know our names. This is Family Life.
Not unusual to hear these days that a 25-year-old is still living at home with their parents. And that's what Philip has been doing for a couple of years. He's ready to move out now, but he said he's gotten a lot out of it living with his parents, gotten more out of it. Just, I think the number one reason tends to be they want to save money while they're working until they can move out on their own. And Philip's been able to do that over a couple of years. He's saved, well over $600,000 in a year or so.
That's kind of impressive.
Yeah, very nice job. Philip is Philip Lindsay. He's a running back in the National Football League for the Denver Broncos. And he makes almost $600,000 a year. But he's just been living at home for the last couple of years because he likes his parents. They get along well. And
Right.
hope he's paid for some meals along the way.
Once in a while.
You're listening to Family Life Mornings with Steve, Therese, and Randy. The perfect trio to start your day with.
What are you most looking forward to on the Thanksgiving table? Just talking about food. How about you guys?
Well, yeah, I don't know. Turkey is, turkey and gravy.
Yeah, probably the mashed potatoes and gravy.
Okay, so turkey and gravy are the two things that just about everybody agrees on, that they actually like.
Oh, okay.
Turkey and gravy.
Okay.
But everything else,
Yeah?
people are like, eh. In fact, Randy, most people don't even care about the mashed potatoes. They really don't like the cranberry stuff or the green bean casserole or the sweet potatoes. And they hate pumpkin pie.
Huh. This is...
We should just maybe have like turkey and gravy and, I don't know, some potato chips, just
This
some
is
other.
great news. This is great news for you, Randy.
No,
'Cause
it's
you
terrible. I love it all, man. That's
No, but it's great news because everybody
get-
else doesn't like mashed potatoes.
Oh,
They don't like
that's
pumpkin
true.
pie, so
You get
Yeah.
the rest.
you get the rest.
okay.
However, you are going to have to arm wrestle for your portion of turkey and gravy. But looking at Steve, I think you can take him. Just saying.
I need more turkey to strengthen up.
While you make the bed, we make your day a little brighter. Family Life Mornings.
Some science experiments from high school were a little more fun than others. This one's still going on 43 years later, yeah? Teacher Roger Benatti in 1976 up in Maine started this experiment as part of a lesson on food preservatives. You put a Twinkie, that snack, fresh snack
yes,
cake,
yes.
Put one of those out there
Yep.
43 years ago. Now, still out there, Roger has since retired. He's passed it along to Libby Rosemeyer, who's the school's dean of students. She's in charge of the now 43-year-old experiment, and she was actually one of the original students. She was in that classroom
that's cool.
43 years ago. Now, if you're wondering what shape the Twinkie's in 43 years later, this snack cake has faded to gray a little bit. And
Oh,
it's
boy.
a little bit rough on the outside. But you know what? If I was sitting around for 43 years, I think I'd be turning a little gray and a little rough on the outside. Don't you guys say anything. Don't you two dare say anything.
Time to bite my tongue.
That hurts, doesn't it?
Because 3 hosts are better than 1. Or 2 for that matter. This is Family Life, and we are a friend you can turn to.
So little Elsa has 2 working parents, right? So dad drops her off at daycare and mom picks her up. She's just 2 years old, so, she needs a lot of help still getting ready. But one of dad's choices is going viral now because he put a diaper cover on her head.
That's a dad thing to do. It's a great dad thing
Okay.
to do.
He didn't do it to be funny, though. See, it's crocheted, and so he thought it was a hat. I mean, it fits right on her head, and it was a cold day, so he
Sure.
just popped it right on there. Mom questioned the choice. She was like, did you notice the leg holes? He thought they were for her pigtails.
Oh, perfect.
Okay, now at first, I would have laughed at this mistake.
Right.
But a hat with pigtail holes? That is genius.
Perfect idea.
It's like the smartest dad ever. This is going viral for all the wrong reasons.
Sometimes they make you smile. Sometimes they make you think. Sometimes they make you do both at the same time. Kind of like walking and chewing gum. Kind of. Family Life Mornings.
We don't talk a lot about crafts, on this show, and you guys aren't as crafty.
I am not a crafty guy. No.
I
don't have
definitely
as
am not. no.
much time as I used to do that kind of stuff. But this autumn craft project has gone kind of viral. viral, so I figured it was worth sharing. So you start by just drawing like a tree trunk and some branches on a piece of paper or canvas if you want to get fancy, right? Okay. Then you put some fall-colored paint on a plate, like, a little dollop of red, a little dollop of yellow, some orange. You could even do like green if you want, and you want them kind of close together. Then you take a flowerette of broccoli, maybe like a few inches across, and you dab it in the paint so you get all the colors on it once, and then you stomp it onto the branches, and it makes it look like changing leaves. It's beautiful how it turns out. And I think the reason that this craft is so popular is because for every piece of broccoli that you use as a paintbrush is one you don't have to eat, and kids love this project.
Always here first thing, and no funky morning breath. Family Life Mornings.
Now, I was an unusual little fellow when I was younger because...
Not much has changed, huh?
Well, some people grow out of that, but some I didn't. My parents told me that because there was not a vegetable that I did not... I liked every vegetable, even as a little kid. Even loved Brussels sprouts. Now, a lot of people do not like Brussels sprouts, but here's the thing. Some things have changed. Now, certainly as you get older, your taste buds do change. But there's some chemical things, because Brussels sprouts have that bitter, unpleasant taste and smell to some people, and that could actually be part of your DNA. Some people like it, some people don't, and that could have something to do with that. However, less chemical solutions and compounds that have been off-putting, there are lower levels of that today than there were in the past. So if you haven't tried Brussels sprouts in a while, first of all, restaurants have them so much more now than they did 10, 20 years ago.
Right.
But the Brussels sprout taste and the smell may not be as like pungent, I guess, if you want to say it that way, or unpleasant to you if it used to be that way years ago. So you may want to try that. I just found that interesting. Another thing about Brussels sprouts, just in case you want to know, from that Northern Europe, Brussels, Belgium. That's where it first came.
And they're technically Brussels sprouts.
Yeah, Brussels, right.
Yeah. But,
Another thing about the taste thing changing, I'm still waiting for them to change something about liver. Don't like liver whatsoever.
It's a texture thing.
We know you have lots of choices. Thank you for picking Family Life Mornings.
What do you wear to Thanksgiving dinner?
Is
it more of a relaxing thing? Is there more, is it formal?
I got a headband last year that has little drumsticks on it.
Okay,
that
you're going that direction. You're going that direction. Slippers is
stretchy
good.
Pants.
How about the inflatable turkey costume? That's going to be a hit this year. Yes, there's comes with a fan and a battery pack. It has a Velcro back, so it's easy to slip into and slip out of. The inflatable turkey costume. I don't know about you guys though, but after a Thanksgiving meal, I already feel like one of those inflatable turkey costumes.
It's a little bloated.
They don't need a request to be your friend. They already are. Steve, Therese, and Randy on Family Life. A friend you can turn to.
For 99-year-old Joyce Gardner, who's seen a lot in her lifetime, she wanted something I had never, ever heard of before on a bucket list. She wanted to meet a penguin. For some reason, she just always liked those waddly little things and just wanted to meet one. She lives in a retirement center. And so the person who was in charge of activities found out about Joyce's bucket list. And guess what? Not got one, not two, but 3 penguins came waddling in to meet Joyce face to face. And apparently, out of respect, they were all very well dressed, all in their tuxedos, looked very, very fashionable.
They're here to wake you up, pick you up, and lift you up. Steve, Therese, and Randy on Family Life. A friend you can turn to.
There are people that you meet, and you're like, what was their name?
I know,
and then people say all these tricks like you should repeat the person's name, but after you use their name like 6 times in the next, 3 sentences, it feels a little awkward.
Right.
You're like mnemonics, like ways that you can remember. I just never can remember. So this trick I love though. When you meet somebody, especially when you meet somebody at church, especially if you go to a pretty big church, write their name down, put it in your Bible, and then pray for them. When you start praying for somebody, you're going to remember a lot more than their name. That's for sure. So pray, and you remember people's names.
That's excellent advice, Elaine.
Hey!
Ever find yourself sitting in your car listening to the radio even after you've reached your destination? Yeah, we get that a lot. This is Family Life Mornings with Steve, Therese, and Randy.